Greetings all. In this presentation, I examine the gender wage gap of healthcare workers in Pennsylvania counties. According to a 2015 White House brief on gender pay gap, women still receive less pay than their male peers for the same work. On average, women make 35% less than men in the same field. In other words, for every dollar earned by a man, a woman only makes 65 cents. I work hard for my salary, as do we all, and I balk at the idea of making less money than my male co-workers, even though we have equal experience, work the same hours, and have the same professional responsibilities. 3 articles I reviewed supported the White House report on the gender pay gap. In a study examining physician salaries, Jagsey, Griffith, Stewart, Sambucu, DeCastro, and Ubel noted that even after accounting for differences in specialty, institution, productivity, rank, work hours, and other factors, male research physicians had higher salaries than their female counterparts. A second study by Bouchard, Golding, and Katz reviewed the career paths of MBA graduates from Harvard Business School. They found that although male and female MBAs had nearly identical incomes at the start of their careers, interruptions in career and decreased hours, mainly due to the presence of children, greatly decreased women's earnings. Much, Sindler, Bush, and Bearhouse studied the salaries of registered nurses. Although nursing is still a predominantly female profession, they found that male RNs out-earned female RNs by an average of $4,000 in hospital settings. I was curious how the gender wage gap was manifesting itself in Pennsylvania counties. Was there a correlation between population and the gender wage gap? My hypothesis was that counties with larger populations may have a smaller wage gap because there is a greater need to fill healthcare positions. Therefore, more demand for healthcare workers may lead to more equitable wages between men and women. I took my data from the U.S. Census Bureau's American Community Survey. First, I found the population of Pennsylvania's 66 counties. Then I took the median incomes of male and female healthcare workers, including registered nurses, for each county. I found the differences in income between men and women and the percentage difference between incomes. Because I was looking for a relationship between population and gender wage gap, I used the linear regression tool in XL minor analysis to find the correlation coefficient. My independent variable was county population, and my dependent variable was wage gap percentage. Linear regression gave a coefficient value of 0.072, meaning there was little effect. The ANOVA p-value was greater than 0.05, indicating no statistical significance. Although there was no correlation between population and gender wage gap, there were plenty of interesting data from this statistical exercise. For example, Forest County, which has the smallest population of Pennsylvania counties, had the second highest wage gap between male and females. Conversely, the highest populated county, Philadelphia County, with over 1 million residents, had one of the lowest. From this information alone, one may conclude my original hypothesis was correct, but don't be fooled. There is little or no relationship between population and gender wage gap. Of special note, Juniata was the only county in which women made more than men, and Cameron County, with its population of just under 6,000, apparently did not have any male healthcare workers, or at least there were none reported for the community survey. It was also interesting to plot each county's median wage of men and women. In this graph, the blue stars represent male wages and the magenta stars female wages. There appeared to be a lot of variation within male salaries, but female salaries tended to stay between $40,000 and $60,000. The greatest limitation in this micro-study was how the U.S. Census Bureau classified healthcare practitioner and technical occupations. Although registered nurses were included in this classification, it also included higher-earning medical practitioners such as surgeons, orthodontists, and psychiatrists, as well as professionals with less training such as LPNs, athletic trainers, and medical record technicians. Although women have gained numbers in historically male-dominated fields, there continues to be a greater percentage of males in higher-earning occupations. Likewise, females tend to outnumber males in positions with lower earning potential. As a result, there was already a bias toward men having higher salaries than women. It would have been a better study if I could have gotten occupational specific data comparing only the salaries of male and female RNs or another specific professional field. In conclusion, although there was no relationship between larger populations and a smaller gender wage gap, it appears that Pennsylvania has a similar wage gap to the national average. This gap can have significant consequences for female workers, their children, and their communities. National and workplace policies and personal advocacy can help equalize pay for our wives, mothers, sisters, and daughters, who represent 47% of the labor market. Okay, I'm done. Now what do I do? Is it still recording? David! David!
What?
I need your help. I think it's still recording.
Did you press the square button?
No.
Well, you have to